What? Shutting haters up, feel like Kobe Bryant. Ring on every finger, feel like Kobe Bryant. I'll be selling out of arenas, feel like Kobe Bryant. All time great, I feel like Kobe. What is going on, guys? It's Doug. We are back for another video. Today we're going to be going through my Soundcloud. We're going to be going through my old beats from like 3 years ago. I know what to expect, of course. I've heard all these beats multiple times, but it's going to be cool to see progression. It's going to be cool to see the difference between the songs that I produce on my phone and the ones that I make on the computer. You know, my story basically as a producer, I started off producing on GarageBand. For fun on my phone, and it just kind of grew into something that I really love to do, something that I really wanted to get better at, and so I ended up, you know, progressing and trying it out on FL Studio, and it's really become a passion of mine. So it's gonna be really cool. We're gonna get into some of these old tracks. My SoundCloud link is in the description. All my social media is on screen. Let's just get right to it. Alright, first track I ever posted on SoundCloud 3 years ago, literally titled My Song. Let's go. It's gonna be kind of embarrassing, but I totally forgot about this one. What? You know what this is? This is not me by any means. Well, actually, I mean, it is me, but this is basically just me selecting different loops that they already had. Like, they come with GarageBand, and Apple has like stock loops that you can just put in the song and just play. Drum loops, guitar loops, bass loops, and that's how I started off producing. I wouldn't actually create anything. I would just take what was already there and just kind of find what mixed, what matched for me, and make what I thought sounded cool. So this is just a bunch of different loops and different kits that I put in all together and just played for 1 minute and 30 and posted it on SoundCloud. Just like switched it in the middle of the song. Dude, I might actually use this in the background for my YouTube videos, like. Why is this actually like so good though? Yeah, so as you can tell, obviously, like I said, I didn't make any of these sounds. I chose them from a library and put them all together and made something I thought sounded good. But I always had like a kind of an ear for what sounded good together, what different loops would sound really cool together, what different drum kits would sound good with what different guitars. Really cool. This one is My Song 2, and it's 16 seconds long. I don't know what, honestly, like by these titles, I don't know what songs they are. I forget completely what they are. It's 3 years old, so. Okay, so it's just that 16-second loop where the drum goes off beat, the piano is too fast, there's no quantization at all, and just it's one chord for the strings in the background, and I was like, that's fire, put it on SoundCloud, I'm gonna get famous. Oh my god, here's another one, it's 34 seconds long. Okay, I remember this one. The thing about this one, this is not from the library of Apple loops. This is actually me recording multiple takes on a guitar using... This is me I had my headphones in, and I was using my microphone on the headphones to record the guitar. So, because I had no equipment at all, no idea what I was doing. And then I chose a couple of strings, and I added some stuff in the background, but none of it was from the loops. I did make this, and it's on my SoundCloud. If you want to go check it out, you definitely can. I think it serves as inspiration, you know, we all start off somewhere. I wrote this too, and it's not bad. I might actually use this.
This was a phase in my production part of my life. As a producer, this was a phase where my love for music really surpassed my talent, my skill, my knowledge. I just had a passion for music, which is interesting because it's almost innocent, you know what I mean? There's no technique, there's no skill. I'm self-taught in everything that I do. It's just something that I made because I thought it sounded cool and because I just loved sitting alone in my room playing guitar. And I recorded this, and actually I'm kind of proud of that one because that's really decent. Oh, my song 30 finished, so I guess that was like a 30-second long thing that I just played, and then I ended up adding more to it. Oh, I think I added a little solo. There's a solo in this. That's actually really good. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not tooting my own horn or anything. Like if that wasn't me, if it wasn't me that made that and I heard that, I'd be like, this is really, really cool. This is Nothing Else Matters. So I'm assuming this is also 3 years old. This is around the time period that I finally kind of got the introduction to Nothing Else Matters by Metallica down on the guitar. Like like if you give me a guitar and you're like, play the most complicated thing you know how to play, that's probably what I would play. You know, the intro to Nothing Else Matters. In a simplified version that like I simplified it because I didn't do like the harmonics or anything like that. And then I guess I recorded that and some stuff over it and I thought it was good. Probably isn't, but we'll get it. We'll see it. No noise gate, nothing. No EQing. It's very simple. What? Okay, that actually sounded way better than I originally thought it would. That's literally just me in my room playing something, and I'm like, you know what? If I recorded a little solo over this, I think it would sound really, really cool. It ended up sounding really moody, really dark. I actually really like that one. There's a couple gems in here, really. There's no EQing, there's no noise gate. You can hear me moving around on the bed. Like, it's such amateur stuff, but there's love there. There's love for music. There's somewhat of a passion, you know. There's emotion to the music that I was making back then. Back then, it was just kind of natural, you know, because I didn't figure anyone would listen to this. It's got 12 plays on Soundcloud in 3 years, you know, and all of those are probably from me. Because I've heard that so many times, but I listen to it and I feel kind of what I was feeling at the time, you know. I know the emotions that were going through my head when I made that, which is really, really cool. I'm still proud of it. I think that sounds so great. Light cycles. Okay, so this is 2 years ago. So the gap between this one and the last one is like about a year where I just didn't make anything on my phone. I didn't even touch GarageBand. And then I was like, you know what? I kind of miss messing around in GarageBand. I'm going to see what I can create using the software itself on my phone. There's no live guitar. I didn't use a microphone or anything. I made 100% of the sounds you're hearing on my phone. No quantization. So So like I always say, I love when people add strings to hip-hop music. I've been doing that for 2 years. Never done it well. I'm just kidding. I have done it well since then. I've got a couple songs that have strings that are really dope that you guys haven't heard. We're going to be going through a couple songs, not in this video, in another video. We're going to be going through my FL Studio project files. This is pretty cool. So the arpeggiator that you're hearing, literally I just chose the sound, put my finger, and just slid it up and down like this. And that's what I got. And I was like, that's fire. Use it. It's just weird, but it's the first song that I made completely on my phone. Alright, so this one is called Newer Flame. Obviously I heard New Flame. I had just discovered the song at the time. I was late to the party, of course, but I decided to take that doom 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 doom, and I kind of made my own thing, I guess, on my phone. I remember this is the first thing I ever made on my phone that I was like really proud of, like that I actually did like drum programming and stuff, and I was like, this is great, like I have a future in this is what I'm gonna do. I showed this to everybody, you know, and only like 9 people clicked on the link to actually go listen to it. Piano. I'm nasty, bro. Again, arpeggiator, slide your finger up and down, and it makes the music for you. Yeah, that's a really cool one. This is called Blues. I put a song in 3/4 and added an organ to it, and I thought it felt bluesy. That's literally why it's called blues. Ooh. Garbage. It's just bad. Bad. Drip? What? This is my first attempt at making a bass drop. Terrible. Terrible. Oh my god, dude. This is called Not Okay. This is my first attempt at sampling, using the sampler on GarageBand on my phone.
I'm not okay with the distance that's been going, girl. I'm not okay. I'm not okay. I'm not okay with the distance that's been growing, girl. I'm not okay.
Simple stuff, really. Just practicing sampling, and I decided to post it. This one is called Awe, as in like you're in awe of something. I remember because I named it that because there's a part that just felt really grand at the time. I named this song Awe because of this drop right here. Look how bad this is. Oh, I sampled Tenerife Sea by Ed Sheeran. I remember I used to get so mad because you couldn't like fine-tune the tempo of the song, and so it was always super difficult to make the samples tempo match the rest of the song's tempo, and so it was always a little off. It's why the drums go off a little bit on this one, but There's a guitar solo on this that I actually just tapped out all the notes on my phone. After this, we'll take a look at some more recent stuff and we'll see like the difference and we'll compare. But if you want to check out my whole catalog of old beats, it's all on SoundCloud. The link's in the description. Believe it or not, I actually did this in school. I had finished, it was during a free period and I had finished all the work I had to do, so I was just messing around on my phone and I made this in school, finished it up at home. This is around the time that I discovered what a little bit about how to use the different scales in GarageBand. This is me sampling In the Morning by J. Cole. Sampling Jersey by Drake and Future. I was also working on structuring my songs where they would have a hook section and then a rap section, and then, you know, because at the time I started writing verses to my GarageBand beats. Yes, so we've all got to start somewhere. Don't be ashamed of where you're starting, or the fact that you don't have the tools or the equipment. If you've got to make beats on your phone, dude, do it. You know, hell, it's way better making beats on your phone now than it was back then. I mean, nowadays with FL Studio Mobile and with GarageBand, you can actually make beats that are worth putting out, and people will actually buy them. There are people that sell beats made on their phones. So Kyle Beats is an example. He sold a beat from his phone. He says so in his videos. So start somewhere, but start. You know what I mean? I'm by no means a professional. I see a lot of these producers on YouTube and I'm like, man, I still have so far to go. But when I look at how far I've come, it's always super inspiring, and I hope that this video will help to inspire a lot of you guys to just keep going. 3 years from now, you'll be able to look back at the beats that you made today and you'll be like, you know, I'm glad I started. This is the last beat I made on my phone ever, I think. I sampled Tell Your Friends by The Weeknd, and I thought this was actually really, really cool. Interesting. It was interesting, and I enjoyed that one. And believe it or not, I also made this one at school. This is the day that Coloring Book by Chance the Rapper came out. I was listening to Coloring Book in class because I had finished my work, and I had just finished my second listen of the album before school even had ended. I was listening to that album all day, and I decided to produce something, and I just made this. Also, early in my producer days, I had a really weird style where a lot of the songs that I would end up making sounded like they should have been in video games. Like 8-bit stuff. I did a lot of that. Yeah, now we're getting into the more recent stuff. This is Up to You. Of course, I sampled Up to You by Chris Brown. Made this on FL Studio. Really just like an R&B exercise, basically. But I was really getting into some of the sampling, and I wanted to not use the same sample throughout the entire song. I switched it up around right here. Yeah, so again, it was an exercise for me in sampling and in trying to be creative with the sample that I got. Manipulating the sample, EQing, putting filters over things, and really learning how to use FL Studio. This is called 808s and Samba, where basically I sampled a Brazilian hip-hop song that had a little samba loop on it, and I made my own, and it was just really, really cool the way I did it. I got really creative with this one because the samba is really weird rhythmically. It's got a bunch of little pockets. And so to make a hip-hop song with beats on the 2s and 4s using a samba loop was very cool. It sounds very interesting, and I also did little samba breakdowns where I actually used those pockets and played it like a samba drummer would, using wood blocks and stuff like that. I'm very proud of this beat. I think it's one of the better ones that I've made in a while. That beat is probably terribly mixed. It's not mastered at all, but it sounded good to me. I put it out. This is Girls Love Beyonce featuring Bryson Tiller, where basically I took Girls Love Beyonce by Drake and I took I Love Beyonce Too by Bryson Tiller. They use the same beat, and I always wanted to hear a Drake and Bryson Tiller song together, so I meshed them together because none of the versions that I heard on YouTube were good enough. So I made my own. And my version is the best version that is out there. It is on SoundCloud. This one's actually got the most plays out of any song I have, I think. It's got over 300. Not that many, but check it out. You know, it sounds cool.
No new friends, no, no, no. You know how this shit go. You got your fair share of admirers that call your phone. You try to act like it's just me, but I am not alone.
Transition
but
is
if you're
seamless.
alone, then
Say my name, say my name.
Seamless. I'm too nice, bro. I'm too good. You can't touch me. I'm just playing. I'm not that cocky. But I am proud of this. I put some time into this, making sure those transitions were, you know, almost seamless as I could make them. They sound so good together on a track. I mean,
Surround you, say, baby, I love you. I'm ready for a change. Say my name, say my name. You acting kinda shady. The petition, I'm scared to let somebody in on this. No, no, man, no, no, no. You gotta let this go. Do I not have the right to know the side is all girl?
say my name, cause those other men are practice.
anyways, if you want to listen to the full version, it's on SoundCloud. Girls Love Beyonce, featuring Bryson Tiller. Great track, really. I'm proud of that one. And now, of course, we're into the modern production style that I have. 3 months old, Jack Frost. It's on my YouTube channel. I took a sample from a cartoon that I used to watch as a kid, but the cartoon is from 1934. And I took the sample of the little bells and I put in some 808s, put in a beat, and I actually did a verse over it, experimenting with auto-tune. That's a lot of these songs I end up making to experiment with something. And in this song, I was experimenting with auto-tune. I thought it sounded really fun. I had a fun time making it. This is actually really cool. Check this sample out. Yeah. This song goes, dude. I'm cooking up, yeah, I got the sauce. Never taking orders on the bus. Always winning, never take a loss. Heavy set boss, Rick Ross. Always cooking up, I got the sauce. Never taking orders on the bus. Always winning, never take a loss. Heavy set boss, Rick Ross. Cooking up, yeah, I got the sauce. Never taking orders on the bus. Always winning, never take a loss. Heavy set boss, Rick Ross. Cooking up, yeah, I got the sauce. It's on my SoundCloud. It's on my YouTube channel. Give that a listen. We've got the God's Plan cover.
Yeah, they wish and they wish.
Fully produced by me.
They wish and they wishing on me. I've been moving condos down, no trouble with me. Trying to keep it peaceful is a struggle for me. Don't pull up at 6 a.m. to cuddle with me. You know how I like it when you're loving on me. I don't wanna die for them to miss me. Yeah, see the things that they wishing on me. I hope I got some.
I use that one for a lot of my intros. You've probably heard of the
She said, do you love me? I tell her only partly.
And then the last song that I made that I produced was Lil Bill. And I made a video showing you guys how I produced that one. It's also on my YouTube channel. I think it's the Spooky Beat, and this is the final product. The progression from where we started and now.
Knocked on my plan of attack. They running cause I'm in my bag. They talk, I don't know where they at. My pen stroke's as good as a cat. Knocked on my plan of attack. I'm number 13 in the end zone. Lucky number pulling up in the Benz, yo. And I got one for everyone doubting me. I got 2 for those who don't support.
Yeah.
I got 3 for the people ain't scotting me. I got 4 and I do it for sport. Produce like Ye, rap like Jay, flow like Drake, and I'm just getting started. Believe what you see in the B, and the speaking and dreaming will drive through the sea that's been parted.
But yeah, that's basically our tour of my SoundCloud, listening to my older beats, listening to some of my newer beats. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, like the video, smash that like button, gently tap subscribe, join the family. We're about 5 subscribers away from 400, I think. I'm trying to get to 500 by the end of the month. You guys can help make this happen by sharing the video. Follow me on all my social media. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. I hope this serves as inspiration to some of you other producers. Yeah, I had a blast listening to some of my old music. I hope you guys did too. We'll be back very soon. Thank you all for watching. Peace.